Alright guys, so just sit back, put yourself in your little time machine bubble, and think back to about 2, maybe 3 years ago when I did my first real comic book review. And what was that comic book about? It was about the Teen Titans. Long time ago, I read the New 52 Teen Titans, and I loved it. It was one of my favorite comics from DC coming out at that point. But then I kind of struggled with myself because it kept getting worse. Like, it was really good the first series, the first arc. Then they went into this underworld thing and fought this guy called Harvest. And then from there, they didn't know what to do with the story, so they just threw everything out there, and it wasn't that good. And it was my first real review on this channel. And since then, a lot of things have happened. One, the comic book got canceled completely, which a part of me was like, yes, but at the same time, I was a little upset that Teen Titans was canceled. It's the Teen Titans. I love the Teen Titans. But we've been able to get something back. They decided to sit there and bring the comic book series back with a new team, new creative work. The teams are not exactly 100% new, but the people who we started off with would be Wonder Woman, Red Robin, Bunker, Beast Boy, and Raven as the first starting off members. And then, not even 8 issues later, they've already introduced a new character to it, a brand new character, Power Girl. She's African American. She's from some other place. I don't really remember because they didn't really talk about her backstory because she was somebody introduced in a different book. But they brought her in as a way of saying, hey, we're going to be bringing in characters. It's going to feel like a Teen Titans book. And I didn't review any of the new Teen Titans stories, so I thought this is the perfect time to do it. What we have here is Teen Titans, Annual Issue 1. Now, for those who don't know, Annual is a book that comes out once a year. Usually with DC, at least, they have, each one of their books has one book that come out a year. That's their annual. So this is the first one for the new series, obviously. And I'm not disappointed with this at all. For Teen Titans, every time they did an annual, it was always a crossover event with another book, and it kind of sucked. So this is the time where it's actually something big and something awesome. And I'm so glad that they did this. So glad that they changed everything. They got rid of Kid Flash, but they might be bringing him back. They got rid of Superboy, but this is the issue that brings him back. And it's fantastic. So let me go over what happens in this issue, because they kind of wrapped up the first arc for Teen Titans before, and this brings in the introduction to a new arc. So, as we know, Superboy has been gone for quite some time. They went into the future, and he was kind of replaced with the son of Superman, and that guy is actually a criminal. So, when he was replaced, the person they replaced him with was acting up, and was just killing people and just being a bad person, and whatever. We don't really get a clue on which one this guy is, if he's the clone or if he is the son, just brainwashed or whatever it is. I don't know, I didn't read the end of Superboy, but I think it is the clone one that we know of. But he was still trapped in the future for this long time. And then in Supergirl, I believe, he just popped back. Comes back into Earth, just bam. And then when Supergirl ended, this is him trying to contact the Teen Titans. But something goes wrong. He ends up going into this one city and just slaughtering a bunch of people. And these people later on are introduced as an alien species from the Green Lantern series. But he goes in and just kills them all, and he's depressed. He's like, shit man, I did this. This is terrible. And he's hunted down by Martian Manhunter. Now, I'm not a Martian Manhunter fan, and definitely when this book is showing who Martian Manhunter is for the New 52, I feel like he'd be an amazing villain. Like, he is dope. He just comes in there, he morphs from person to person, and he's just wrecking Superman's butt. He's going in there, giving him everything full on, and it's so good. So the Teen Titans have to come in, and they have to save him because this is their friend. We get a bunch of, little bit of drama because Wonder Girl and Superboy were actually together at one point before he literally left. Not even the same universes, fucking different time zone and everything. It was oof. So this is what I like about the Teen Titans. This is the reason why I got into the Teen Titans. A great team. Bringing him in is fantastic. Having it end a first story arc and not just bleed to a new one. No, this is a perfect transition to a new story arc without it feeling bad for us. The art was weird because it kind of felt like it jumped to like 3 different artists in the book. But the first artwork was good. Second artwork was interesting. It just changed. And the third one kind of rounded it back up as a blend between two, which I don't understand why they switched artists, but, you know, it's whatever they decide. It isn't this, any of the three aren't the artists in the actual book, so I don't understand why they can't get the dude who draws the actual book, who's actually really good, by the way, to do this. But anyway, I love this. Even if he's the same guy that we got from before, it's still introducing a new character, and he does get rid of his Superboy costume from New 52 and gains a new costume. So that's pretty cool. It's a more traditional, but still 52 vibe to it costume, which is awesome. And then a tease at the end of the book for what's to come for the Teen Titans book once it comes back in June. And I have to say, out of all the comics that I've read so far, this is the 4 out of 5. This was an amazing book to pick up. It's an annual, so you really need to read what's going on before, but it is its own standalone issue. As most annuals should be. They should not just be just a continuation of what's going on. They need to be their own thing. But this is not to follow up with what happened before. This is to jump you right into the next spot. And it's a perfect time to do this annual because you're going to get this, you're going to go, what's going to happen? Oh, what's going to happen? And then a break for 2 months. And then bam, they're going to hit you strong when Teen Titans comes back. So I love this. As you see, I'm pretty excited for it. But yeah, that's all I've got for right now. Again, I'm probably going to go back and read the first couple Teen Titans books and do reviews on those so you see what I'm talking about, the reasons why I liked it, and show you what the artist looked like before. As a comparison, though, this is way better than the first series of Teen Titans that New 52 came up with. But still a little pissed because Static Shock hasn't shown up yet. There's 2 characters they tease in the first book, the Static Shock and Miss Martian Miss, or whatever her name is, and none of them have shown up yet. So kind of peeved about that, but we'll see what happens as this goes on because we are getting new characters. Skitter is nowhere near this book, so it's even better. But anyway, guys, that's all I've got for right now. I'm going to do some more comic book reviews before I have to get ready and head to work. But anyway, take care.